Never drive yourself to the second location. And that's coming from someone who spent 10 years in prison with a lot of bad people. This is me right here. And I'm telling you right now, if you're getting into your car at any place and someone jumps in the car with you and you're not able to get away, do not allow them to convince you that if you drive to a second location, they're going to let you go as long as you comply.
Hello everyone, welcome to Belle's Take. My name is Belle. Now today's video is very serious. Pay attention and pick a few points for yourself. It might come in handy one day. Nobody prays for these things to happen, but it's good to equip yourself. What would you do if someone got into your car and told you to drive to a second location? It's a terrifying question that most of us hope we'll never have to answer. But one woman who says she spent years around dangerous criminals shared a chilling warning that has millions of people talking. According to her, the moment someone tries to move you from one location to another, the situation may become far more dangerous. Her advice is controversial, emotional, and frankly difficult to hear. But it sparked a huge debate online about personal safety, survival, and what people should do in the most extreme situations. Let's take a look at what she had to say and why so many people are reacting to it.
They're not going to let you go. And whatever is going to happen at that second location is far worse than you crashing your car into a stoplight, into an electric pole, into a concrete barrier. I'm telling you, you have a better chance at surviving that than surviving the second location that you're going to drive yourself to. You're driving yourself to your own.
According to her, if someone gets into your car and demands you drive to a second location, that's a major red flag. What struck me was how strongly she emphasized it. She wasn't speaking casually. She sounded like someone who has seen enough to believe that the danger often gets worse once you are isolated from the public. That's a terrifying thought, but it's also why situational awareness is so important. What stood out to me here is her warning about false promises. It says that if someone is already willing to force or threaten you, you can't assume they'll keep their word later. That's a harsh reality, but her point seems to be that when someone has shown dangerous intent, blind trust can be risky. It's a sobering reminder to think carefully in high-risk situations.
And you're going to suffer horribly and immeasurably at that second location. So what you need to do, if you're ever in that situation, you need to find something that's man-made. Remember this, never crash into something that is made by Mother Nature, because the oak tree is probably not going to allow you to survive, but that man-made structure most likely will.
This is where the story took a very serious turn. Her advice was extreme, and you can tell it comes from a place of believing the situation is already extremely dangerous. What shocked me most wasn't the advice itself, it was the level of fear behind it. She clearly believed that some situations become so risky that people start thinking about survival in completely different ways. Hearing that perspective is honestly unsettling.
So you find a busy intersection, you find a spot on the highway, and you drive your car into it. And you don't need to put the pedal to the metal. You just need to be going a decent enough speed for people to stop and want to check on you. 20, 30 miles per hour, even 40, a little pushing it. You have your seatbelt on, you grab that wheel, and no matter what they do, because I'm telling you right now, they're not going to slice your throat and they're not going to you in the middle of you driving while they're in the car. They're going to threaten that they are, but they're not. And let's just say for a second that they do. Your chances of surviving that are far better than you going to that second location. So what you're going to do is you're going to go towards whatever you see that you need to crash. And right before you hit it, you're going to gently turn your wheel to the left a little bit, not to the right because you don't want to crash on your side, but to the left a little bit because that's likely the side they'll be on. And even if they're not, it's okay. I doubt they have their seatbelt on. You're going to turn your wheel about 15 degrees, like this much, okay? Turn your wheel a little bit so that the car shifts. You're not going to hit hard. You're not going to turn hard, but you're just going to turn your car a little bit so it smashes on that side of the car away from you. They'll either fly to that side of the car or they'll already be on that side of the car. And hopefully, because they don't have their seatbelt on, I'm pretty sure they won't, they will absorb the impact and you will be secure. You might be injured. You might even be unconscious. It might even become a really bad accident. But one thing a perpetrator is not going to do is they're not going to drag an injured or deceased body out of a car and start running. They're going to get their shit and they're going to run. People are going to stop and they're going to come help you. And let's say worst case scenario, you don't make it. Guess what? You didn't go to the second location. Your family has a body to bury and they're not.
This was probably the most emotional part for me. When she basically started talking about families wanting answers and closure, the conversation became bigger than just personal safety. It was a reminder that dangerous situations affect not only the person involved, but also the loved ones waiting for them to come home. That part really makes you stop and think about how precious life is and why staying aware of your surroundings matters.
Not going to be stuck for the rest of their lives wondering if you're ever coming home while you went to the second location thinking you were going to make it and were tortured to. If someone jumps in your car, do not let them convince you to drive to the second location, baby. Crash that car. And if they see that you're about to crash and they say, "What are you doing?" "I'm about to," that's an even better situation than you making it to wherever they're trying to take you. I pray you're never in this situation, but I really do hope this reaches everybody that it needs to reach and helps at least one person out there.
No matter what you think about her advice, one thing is clear. This conversation has people thinking seriously about personal safety. Most of us will hopefully never face a situation like the one she described, but hearing different perspectives can remind us to stay alert, trust our instincts, and prioritize our safety. At the same time, it's important to remember that every situation is different, and there are rarely easy answers in moments of danger. What do you think about her warning? Was her advice reasonable, or do you think she took it too far? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this discussion interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.